ranks.
Oh, we see Sweet T's got King Mo in his corner.
Oh, yeah.
Nick McCarty in the blue corner, Lindsey Jones in the red. Hard work up against the cage, jockeying for position.
Yeah, Nick McCarty's doing a good job of pressuring up against the cage, but now he needs to utilize either some ground and pound up against the cage or with strikes like he's doing there with those knees, or transition into a double leg, cinch it down, drop those hands right there underneath the butt there of Lindsey Jones.
McCarty disengages.
Yeah, even though Nick McCarty is a jiu-jitsu practitioner, man, we've definitely seen his striking elevate throughout the years fighting for us.
Yeah, for certain. That has become much sharper.
Yeah, less than almost at that 2-minute mark here, man. It's been all control here by Nick McCarty. He just needs to break off and strike and establish a little bit more damage there to Lindsey Jones. And there it is, just as I called it. He needs to continue to get in the range and be first, stay in his range, and be first when it comes to these strikes here. Lindsey Jones, he's being a little bit too patient there, waiting. Yep, that's you got to be first. Ooh, that right there popping
Good
up.
combo.
Nick McCarty did not like that at all. That's what Lindsey Jones needs to do.
Good overhand.
Tuck his chin down and continue to drive forward. Because when you back it up here, like right here, all that does is just building the confidence there of your opponent. It's like they just smell blood in the water like a shark. Right here is where both of these fighters want to be, in the center of that combatagon, establishing control, picking your opponent apart with strikes, pop in that jab, and then when that power kick is there, when that power overhand straight right is there, you got to utilize that jab to set up your power strikes. Everybody wants, the knockout head kick. Everybody wants the knockout right hand, but it's only going to get set up due to that jab, that lead hand. Now, where we saw Nick McCarty taking control in that first 2 minutes here, now it seems like Lindsey Jones is establishing, finding his flow and his range. But both of these fighters continue to go back and forth, exchanging, 2 to 3 punches at a time.
Yeah, I hear the corner of Nick McCarty pleading with him to keep his head off the line.
Yeah, he needs to slip more so to his right instead of the left. Every time he slips to the left, that's going into the power there. No, you don't want to circle to your left because that's going to the right-hand power of Lindsey Sweet Tea Jones. Last 10 seconds here. Ooh, that right there was definitely a statement, exclamation point to end that first round.
Good exchanges from these guys here in the first. Trade of the jabs.
Yeah, both of these strikers have some definitely slick striking here, and neither one of these men are backing down. It's just coming about to just who's landing more. It's kind of like a game of tag. You touch me, I tag you back. Who's going to be the last one to tag up their opponent?
They both got lightning quick jabs.
Yeah, and that's what's going to set up everything else. Ooh, just like right there. It's really going to be the person who lands more than 3 to 4 strikes at a time. Both of these guys, like you see there, jab, cross, hook.
Busted nose. Big strikes coming from Sweet Tea.
Whoa. Whoa, Nick doesn't like that, so now he initiates. That wasn't even a takedown tip. That was just a, let me control you. Let me stop you here from coming forward.
For a second.
Exactly. He didn't even try to drop down below the hips or the waist there of Lindsey Jones. That was just a body lock tie-up because he felt blood there starting to drip from his nose. And sometimes, even if it doesn't, even if you don't, it's not until sometimes, you know, when you see your own blood, that's when it's like, oh shit, this guy just hit me. If there's no blood, you may not, you know, feel it as much.
Nice short elbow there from Lindsey Jones. Big shots.
Yeah, and Lindsey Jones is still doing a good job of being composed. Sometimes some fighters, you know, they just rush in, they see they landed one strike and may rush in and get caught on the entryway, but not Lindsey Jones, man. He's still staying smart here, maintaining composure.
Popping with that high kick.
Yeah, Lindsey is starting to, you know, feel it even more now here with 2 minutes left in the second round, man. But Nick McCarty is not letting up at all, man. He's still there, bloody nose and all. Like I said before, it's going to be the fighter who lands more than 3 strikes at a time. Both of these fighters are landing significant strikes, but it's just, you know, jab, jab, cross, hook, 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 jab, cross, jab. It needs to be a jab, jab, cross, jab, hook, uppercut. You know, that extra 2 punches, those extra 2 strikes, man, will definitely take it away here and make more of a statement here in the judges' eyes. Yeah, man, the corner there of Nick McCarty is urging him to dig deep. He definitely seems like the more fatigued, muscles-worn fighter here. Whereas it seems like Lindsey Jones, man, is just starting to get cooking.
It's got sprayed with some of Nick McCarty's blood.
McCarty's blood, oh, wow. Yep, right there on their computer, on that MacBook.
On my new shirt. And on my face.
Well, I mean, that's why these fighters, you know, they do get tested.
I mean, I want the blood on my face.
will just send the dry cleaning bill, just write it off as a work expense, a combat night.
You better believe it.
Yeah, and that first round there was back and forth, a toss-up. It seems like the last few seconds, the last minute or so of that first round, heading into now this second round here, Lindsey Jones is starting to slowly walk away with this one here, starting to make it more decisive.
Round 2 in the books.
All right, 5 minutes left there. A lot of time left here for Nick McCarty to fight back, and a lot of time left there for Lindsey Sweet Tea Jones to initiate some more damage and get some more blood out of the nose there of his opponent. Yeah, Nick is still moving in the pocket there. Lindsey is still coming forward. Both of these fighters, see, that's just need more than 3 punches at a time. Yeah, going into this third and final round, man, both of these fighters got to put it on the gas and got to be a little bit more successful with those strikes here, because I got that first round going to Nick McCarty and that second one going to Lindsey Sweet Tea Jones. So this right here will determine it. Because I feel like all it takes, especially with these, welterweights, all it takes is just, 1 or 2 strikes. Hit nice and clean on the chin there on your opponent, man. You could finish this fight. You don't have to worry about a judge's decision. But both of these guys have very slick head movement.
And Lindsey landing well there in the pocket.
Nick's coach is urging him to turn. He got to dig deep. This right here is where this fight, primarily for the second half of this fight, has been taking place, is up against the cage. Whoever wins these cage battles is going to win the fight. Yeah, Nick does not want to hang up against the cage there. He rips him off now back, making his way to the center of the combatagon. This is where Nick McCarty wants to be. And if I'm Lindsey Jones, I'm going to continue to utilize my pressure to get my opponent back up against the cage there. Bloody up that nose some more. Less than 2 minutes to go here. Lindsey Jones is still coming forward. But both of these gentlemen here, I thought by now would be tied with their muscle showing fatigue, but no, not at all. They're still hitting those fast twitch muscles, and those punches are landing quick.
Oh, these guys are still very active and spry.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's less than 90 seconds to go.
Yeah, Lindsey Jones is just kind of holding on at this point. Not really doing anything to advance. Striking a little bit on the break.
Yeah, that's what it's all about, man. These strikes off the break. Last 10 seconds now, Nick, there you see a little bit of burst of energy there. Now he's digging deep. But this is what we needed earlier in this round, late in the second round. And tie, man. That right there was a dogfight out of both of these guys here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our judges have reached a decision, a unanimous decision at that, for your winner. Out of the red corner, Lindsey Sweet Tea Jones.
Congratulations to Sweet Tea.
Sweet Tea Jones.
Lindsey Jones picking up the victory, taking his record.